Tea. You're getting plenty of sleep? I don't know. I am. I had a good sleep last night, which was surprising. No, I had the most vivid ass dream last night, and I don't know why. It was way too long. So what I do is when I have like very oddly vivid and specific dreams that I like really recall after I wake up, what I do is I keep them all in my notes and be like process that shit and be like, what the fuck? Vivid dream about what? You want me to talk about my dream? It took me 30 minutes trying to write it down into my notes app. This is my dream last night. Just last night. Yeah? Okay. So what happened was basically the setting of the dream started at like it was Christmas time, right? And we had a fireplace and shit. I didn't even know we had one, but we had one in my dream, and I was like, that's pretty cool. And then what happened was I heard like your cousins and stuff like laughing downstairs, and I went downstairs and they were like, oh, I don't know, we're gonna, what is it? We're gonna go outside and watch a football game. And I was like, oh yeah, really? That's pretty cool. Yeah, have fun. They were like, no, you're coming with us. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then so we go to a football game and stuff, right? And it was pretty nice, you know, football. I've yeah. Haven't been one in a while, but that's pretty cool. And then all of a sudden, what happens? Wait, no, actually, let me get my notes app. I'm gonna get my notes app. Football, American football. No, not American football. Football. Or like what you guys call soccer? Right? And then so you're watching this football game. And then all of a sudden, we go to leave the place, and then all of a sudden, boom, it's the Olympics. Like, what? How does that even work, right? So it's like, boom, Olympics, and hold on, I'm scared. I need to run. Boom! It becomes we walk out and it's actually a dome kind of setting, so it's Olympic dome. And I find out they're doing some sort of like commercial or something about the football game, and they needed volunteers. And then my cousin volunteered me into doing it. I was like, what? And so I become like a volunteer person. I do not acting. Oh, I'm scared. So that happens, and then I'm in like this circle of like really well-known actors, and I'm like, what's going on? Why am I here? Right? Yeah, like commercial type of beat. You know what I'm saying? Literally. And then what happens is there's like this director, and it's just like, where's my ship? There was a director and was just like, I have a specific setting, and he kept picking on me. It was like, Erina, you're gonna do this, and I was, oh, why me? And I felt so embarrassed. I was gonna cry because like there's really well-known like people there, and he chose me, nobody. And I was like, I don't want to do it. Why me? He was like, it's okay, it'll turn out good. And then so we do it. We do it like we do the script and stuff. And the director was like, okay, perfect. And then, you know, my acting included me kicking a ball, which was embarrassing because, you know, I haven't kicked a ball in ages. So that happened. And he's like, oh my God. And he's Italian. And so he started speaking Italian. I was like, oh my God, Paco. I don't know why that is. That happened in my dream, and that was pretty like nerve-wracking and stuff. Yeah, I started speaking like Ponko tongue, and I was like, oh my god. And then Pog, and then we finish it, and then they release it into the wild. Well, not really into the wild, but like then they release it to the public, and it plays on a big screen, and I just look silly. I look so silly. And I was just like, oh my god, wow, Swagapino representation. I'm like, I hate this. You're never gonna get this out of me ever again in my later years in life. No way, no way. I hate this so much. Pipino pride. Yeah. And then next thing you know, what happens? It goes downhill from there, and suddenly, boom! Something explodes outside, and it's like, oh no, there's actually like a really well-known villain in this world. And I'm like, is this not modern? What's going on? And then all of a sudden there's like really like big like villain group, and they're like, you know, like they have powers, superpowers and shit, right? And I'm like, oh my god, oh no, how could this happen? And boom, apparently I'm supposed to do something about it because I have powers. Some odd reason. And I had like, my powers was like, I had these orbs that like, I can teleport to these orbs. I don't even know what's going on, man. Don't even ask me. But like that happened. And so I separate from like my cousins, and apparently my parents were here too. Gear mom and Gear dad were there too. And I'm like, oh god, I need to find them. So the mission was like to find my parents before they die. And then so the enemy, so this villain group, right? They had like this one dude. This one dude was like in charge of like, what is it? Like a force field or something, but like it's really big. Like think domain expansion from like Jujutsu Kaisen, right? And I'm like, oh my god. So it starts surrounding, oh yeah, the dome. When you leave the dome now, it turns into like a really fancy mall. I don't know. So I think domain expansion, right? And then this guy starts like domain expansioning the fuck out of like, there's like this outside place, like a parking lot or something. I'm like, oh no, where are my parents? Clearly in every like, you know, stereotypical movie, my parents should not be in the parking lot, right? Haha. They are, and I'm like, fuck. No. And I'm so stressed at this point. I'm like, oh my god, I gotta get my parents out of there because, you know, they're gonna die. You think I can place this down? They're gonna die, no! And so I have to get them out of there, right? And so what happens is I kind of want to I kind of shave off the side of this mountain. So I go there, you know, teleporting my way. I was making a huge fuss about it because I did not know how my powers worked. And so I was just teleporting the fuck like all around the mall, trying to figure out where the fuck is the exit. And people started getting mad at me because I didn't know how to control it. And I was like, I don't even know how I'm doing this. And so what happens is I finally end up there, but my parents are this close to dying. Now I'm like, oh no, and then they die. and then I start freaking out like, there's no way they died, right? Oh my god. The force field guy took my parents, and then boom, and then boom, they died. And I'm like, oh no, my parents. And I start crying because I'm so stressed because I don't even know why am I being thrown into the situation, right? And then so the force field guy sees me crying because I was like hiding near my parents' corpses, and I'm like, no, they're dead. And the guy sees me, and this dude is just like, oh no, her parents died, and he feels sympathy for me. He's like, damn, he looks really pathetic right now. I feel kind of bad, right? He didn't just kill my parents. He killed like a bunch of people, right? But my parents were one of them. He's like, my bad. And so he's like, oh no. And then so you know what this fucker does? He undoes the fucking force field and boom, my parents are alive. And I'm like, oh my god. Shrimp. And he's like, oh, actually, he goes through, oh my god. Excuse me, do you have a bed? No. You have a crafting table? I don't know. And he's like, oh, I don't want to be like a bad guy anymore. I want to be a good guy and stuff. And I'm like, huh? What is this guy on? And so he becomes a good guy in my dream. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of weird. That's kind of suspicious. And what happens is, apparently, me crying somehow awakens other people's superpowers, and boom, there's like a whole team of heroes that awaken. I'm like, what the fuck? Damn, I should cry more if that's it. Oh, women tears, I guess, right? And then so I need to look for my siblings and my cousins because they're still inside the mall. It's probably being held hostage by, like, you know, the evil team, right? And so what happens is, I go back. And then I look for them, right? Because you know, I have to. I have to. So I go back in, you know, teleporting my way with a whole team of like superheroes, etc., yada yada. And then I go into the center and I find my whole family. I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, my family's here. And the center is the boss guy of like the whole, you know, the whole like villain team. Guess who it is? The Mastermind. Guess who it is? It's a monkey. Like, think Mojo Jojo from Powerpuff Girls. And I'm like, hello? It's a monkey. And I'm like, oh my god. And the monkey had the audacity to have, like, you know, some sort of like, what is it? A look-alike. So they think that that's him. But it's not. So, you know, my teammates, I guess, at this point, right? Because, you know, a team of like heroes, I guess. My teammates start attacking the other monkey, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's not him. And you see fucking Mojo Jojo about to hop into a car and trying to speed away, and I'm like, no way, not you. And then he announces, and the monkey announces, just like, actually, I'm the real mastermind. That's not him, you fools. Ha 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 ha. Right? Haha. You absolute buffoons. Right? But then I'm like, yeah, of course that's the mastermind, because he's uglier. And then everybody got quiet, and then they looked at me because I said it out loud. I was like, oh, my bad. And they're like, you really had to say that. I'm pretty sure they. I'm pretty sure. Like, if it weren't for the dream setting, you know, it had like a whole scenario story going on. They'd beat my ass. I was really like, oh, damn, that's kind of awkward. You know what I did? I pretended to look back. And I tried to pretend I had a shocked face because ain't no way I said that, right? It's clearly somebody else said it, right? So I pretended like somebody else said it. I'm like, oh my god, why did you say that? Did it at work? No, they were like pointing at me and they were like, she said it. And I'm like, oh! Snitches. Yeah, and then so, you know, I proceeded to try and kill him. The weird thing is, I was the only one that's trying to kill him. Nobody else was trying to kill him. It was just me. And I was like, damn, now I look like I have a grudge. Well, yeah, obviously I'm supposed to have a grudge because he tried to kill innocent people. Why aren't you guys trying to kill him, huh? Suspicious? Sus? Yeah, and that stuff happened, and it was just like... I was like, oh my god. It's kind of awkward, because I'm the only one that's, like, trying to kill him. Nobody else. Just me? Damn. Yeah, and then all of a sudden, you know... And all of a sudden, my teammates started attacking. I was like, oh, thank god. Damn. My stomach kind of hurts. So I quickly went to the toilet. To do a number 2. And then I heard a huge explosion outside. I was like, huh, maybe they're done. Maybe they're done, you know, killing him and saving the world, right? Right? Below you? No, outside. Come on, man. Outside the toilet, there was an explosion. I was like, oh my gosh. They killed the mastermind. Should be it, right? Clearly. Obviously. And so I went out and it's like pitch black. And I was like, what the heck? I was like, wait, what? This isn't like the mall? Wait, what? And when I blinked, I teleported back into like my house. And I teleported near my kitchen because like I can hear my siblings' laughter from the kitchen. I was like, oh, I guess it's all over now. Huh? Maybe it was a time skip or something. And so I go there. But when I arrive inside the kitchen, my siblings are nowhere to be found. And I'm like, oh, that's weird. And then all of a sudden, everything starts disintegrating. And then it all melts down. And then all of a sudden, I see Gear Dog. And I'm like, oh, hey, Gear Dog. And Gear Dog looks as though he wants to lead me somewhere. And I'm like, what? Isn't the whole thing over now? Like, didn't we save the world? Huh? What's going on? And so Gear Dog leads me outside to like a very secluded room. And then when I look back, Gear Dog disappears. I'm like, oh, that's weird. And then when I blink again, it looks like an apocalyptic, like post-apocalypse kind of version of my house. And I'm like, huh? What? And that's when I find out everything was a simulation. Like, everything looked beat down, like overgrown, like plants and stuff. And I'm like, what the fuck? What happened, you know? What happens is, I find out it's all a simulation. None of it really existed. Ha 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 ha. And then I see a post-it note where it's just like, what is it? Where it's just like, It was a... Ah, what the fuck? Whoa! Whoa, what happened here? Why is there... Whoa, 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 whoa. Eh? You don't like my story, man? Well, that's happening. Yeah, I find out everything is a simulation. And then so I find this like beaten down like flashlight flashing towards like a post-it note. Very old looking. And it says there 8 lives. Or like it was a point system towards like the number 8. Yeah. And then so there's like this robotic kind of... Think of like the computer from Courage the Cowardly Dog. It all of a sudden like lit up and was just like they knew you'd still use the flashlight trying to look for that or something. And I was like, and then I look up and there's a TV with very broken down film in it, and it was just TV guide and like how to save the world, etc. And my sister was there. And apparently it was like a voice messages of her from the past because she's dead. And she's like, good work trying to save the world, and etc. I almost cried here for real. She called me through like a dusty ass phone, I guess. I think, just so I can hear her, but I saw her like talking towards the TV. And she was like, if you have any questions, let me know. And I watched like the whole film of like how to save the world, apparently. And she was like, do you have any questions? And I'm like, 8 lives, what does that mean? And she was like, oh, you tried... This is your 8th life, or like 9th life trying to save the world, and it still didn't work out, but it's okay. It gets better every time. And I'm like, oh, so that's what it meant. So that was like my 9th life. And then I was like, so what were the previous Erina's like? And she was like, she gatekept it. And she was like, I'm not gonna answer that, but just so you know, we had a very deep connection. You know, very, very good sister. And I was like, oh, aw. And next, you know, she's like, how'd you get a stomach ache in the middle of the fight? And I'm like, oh, haha. Wait, maybe I can try again. I'll do it this time. I'll do it better the next time. And then I woke up. That was my dream. Yay!